Man, getting to Lantern has been quite a journey. Our first look of the show was this, which I don't know why, and to top it off, our first teaser trailer, there was no green. And then it created some discourse for the show, but then we got this trailer.
In brightest day,
in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight.
And there was a switch where people were now interested. And now that episode 1 is here, was Lanterns worth the wait? Well, after watching it, I finally understand why James Gunn put Lanterns on his slate and why he wanted this project this early into the DCU, because the tone of this series is so different, but in a good way. We've already seen the first 5 minutes of the show, and I love how it isn't a huge long backstory. It's deadass like a comic book. They just give you a quick glimpse, but that small glimpse is just enough to tell you how John Stewart is going to be as an adult. The fact that they were able to tell a quick background like that in just 5 minutes, that's when I knew, okay, Lanterns might actually be something special. So man, Hal and John have one of, if not the best chemistry in any DC project. Like, it's crazy to me how good they are. The moments they have, especially in that bar scene where Hal is saying to John, hey, I'm gonna get my ass kicked right now, so don't interfere, because he wants to go to jail to interrogate that alien that the town sheriff, captured. And John is like, oh yeah, nah, I'm cool, dog, I won't butt in. And Hal got that face of like, oh, like, you're cool? Like, damn, like, no hezzy, no nothing? Alright. Dude, like, I'm telling you, that their chemistry is just so damn good. But I really didn't expect the show to end up this good. Like, I really thought that when they announced that it was going to be like a true detective style and all that, I was like, oh man, it's going to be boring. Like, it's going to have that bad cop, good cop stuff, and they're just not going to mention like space and all that. But no, I was wrong. When they told them this series was going to be a Green Lantern series, oh, they weren't wrong at all. The fact that the detective stuff isn't boring, and they do construct and they mention space and aliens, like, yo, it's everything I've wanted from a Green Lantern series. Like, what a first episode. And again, the fact that they ended off where you're wanting more, like, I'm feeling for more.
Say that again?
And, I've had in past shows like Creature Commandos, like, I was invested in them, but like, that's because I'm like, oh, like, I just started a new series, and plus this is the start of the DCU. Like, I want to see how it ends up. But like, Lanterns is that feeling, but boosted like 10 times. I really want to know what happens next. I haven't had a show that made me feel like that in years. So I see why this show got a 90% on, Rotten Tomatoes. I see why this show got an 88 on audience reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I see why James Gunn put this project on his slate and this early as well. Lastly, man, the show ended off with so many theories. Like, is that really Hal Jordan that died? Or is that a manhunter that Hal killed? Or if it is him, then why did the ring not go to John? Instead, it went to Guy Gardner? Which the people that made the show confirmed that, that the ring that Guy Gardner has is actually Hal's ring. And it's crazy because a lot of people are theorizing that, Hal Jordan, the one that we've seen so far, is actually Parallax. Because Hal Jordan's ring has some, like, yellow or like gold around it, and some are speculating that like, the reason why it's like that is because it's Parallax pretty much leaking out, because I believe they've already released a look of John Stewart's ring and Guy Gardner's ring. I mean, we've already seen Guy Gardner's ring because of Superman, and both of those rings have no yellow in them. So again, a lot of people are theorizing that Parallax is already inside of Hal Jordan, and honestly, we don't even know. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not, but it seems like they're going for a rebirth type of story arc, which, oh my god, I hope they do, because I'm pretty sure if that happens, they're going to bring back Hal Jordan, but probably a younger Hal Jordan. Again, we're all just theorizing right now, but like, the fact that this show is making a lot of people theorize and come up with crazy shit, that's what episode 1 needed to do. Like, again, the way they ended it off was perfect. Like, the fact that it made people be like, oh, I gotta tune into next week and see how this all like comes together. The fact that they were able to do that job good, like, you gotta give the showrunners props, man. Like, you got to give the showrunners some props. So after all the discourse, the backlash from trailers, and just all the anxiety that this show has caused for a lot of people, was it all worth it? Was this worth the wait? To be honest with y'all, yes, I say it was worth the wait. Like, what an episode 1. And dog, we're in for a treat. The fact that this is just episode 1, I can't wait for the rest of the series. A lot of people are saying that episode 3 is the best episode, but it will be a bit controversial. And some are saying that episode 5 is the best one. But the fact that we got 2 episodes that are competing to be the best, dog, like that just gets me even more hyped for the series. But that's just me though. Let me know what are your thoughts for episode 1, and I'll see y'all next week for episode 2.